Hi everyone, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Here we are for week number 8. We had to skip last week because I tested positive for COVID and I've been sick for a week and my voice probably still sounds a little bit funny. But today I feel like maybe doing a little bit here in our album, and I wanted to try to get page set 2 done, which is pages 3 and 4 in the book. So this is the original book. So what we're going to be working on today is the front of page set 2, which is just a little pocket, so that's pretty easy. And then we have a flap here with a pocket inside. Of course, all this extra stuff will be later on when decorating. I don't have any of these elements. We are not going to do this booklet today because that takes more time, and we'll do that with scraps later on. So we're going to add a little flap here on this and do this big flap and the 2 pockets for this week. So I'm going to try to do a quick video. I've got everything pre-cut, and I'll move this out of the way and we'll get started. So take our base page that we have. Remember, it's open here at the top and the bottom. So the first thing we're going to do is do the front side, which is going to be a pocket. So I hope I don't have a lot of brain fog. I may still have some brain fog. I don't know. To get my trimmer. Hopefully we'll get through this. And again, I apologize if I sound funny. I don't know how I sound right now. I've done a lot of coughing, and well, if you've had this stuff, you know what it's like. So anyway, on this page here, we're going to do a pocket. So we need one piece that is cut at 3 by 10, and we're going to put the 10 in at the top and score at a 1/2 inch, 9.5, turn, score the 3-inch side, 3-inch at a 1/2 inch. Take your scissors, miter cut, and fold that up and burnish. And try to get this done as quickly as I can before I start coughing or something and have to quit. So for this one, I am not going to do any punching of the notches. I don't think I did on the other. I cut a piece of the my colors, and I cannot remember the color. Sorry about that. I think I've used it before. That will make it have just a 1/16 of a border all the way around. So this one is cut at see, 8 7/8 by the 2 3/8. So I'll glue that down. And it's been so long since I've done crafting, it's a wonder my glue hasn't dried up. So here we go. We're going to put that down. So this page is really, really quick and easy, which is a good thing. So we glue this down. I haven't had any fever for several days, which is good, but the coughing and other things linger, and really tired. So, and you can see I'm making a mess, terrible mess. So let's get this maybe a little straighter. Probably have to put more glue on. Oh goodness, I don't know if this is a good idea, but I really, really want to get back in the craft room, get normal. I'm tired of watching antenna TV or whatever it is that we might have on at the time. But there we go. Not having much luck getting this thing on straight. There we go. Clean up that mess. Clean all that up later. Okay, so let's burnish that down. And then I took these double border strips, and that's why I put the blue behind there, because this is much smaller, but I like how that looks. So these are about 2 inches by 8.5. So I'm going to center that on the pocket. Get that on, so make sure it's not upside down. Okay, and burnish that. So there's the pocket. So we take our page, and I did cut some of the record paper, and I just went ahead and cut it the actual size of the page just for simplicity for myself. So that's 8 7/8 by 6 3/8 tall, and I'm going to use the records. You can use whatever side you want if you're using this Homer's Diner. Whoops. And I can't even hold the paper right. Okay, here we go. So we got this. And put that on. And then we put our pocket on right here on the bottom, so it should fit right there. So we put glue on all three of the attachment flaps. I'm probably going to listen back on this and go, oh, boy, I sound awful. I've had people on the phone say, you got a cold? And I'm like, no, I have COVID, which, bad cold, I will say that. So I'm thankful that I had my vaccines, because I think that probably really helped. Otherwise, I probably would have been really sick. Okay, so we burnished that down. We've got the pocket. So that is the front of page set 2, which is our page 3. And then we're going to flip it this way. So we're going to make sure on that. So next, we're going to make a flap. And I cut one out of cardstock that's 9.5 by 6.5. Put your 9.5 in at the top, and you just score at 1/2 inch. Okay, and fold and burnish. Take your page, and then you want to make sure that we're putting it on the left side of this page 4 here. So it should fit just exactly. So I'm going to put glue on my 1/2 inch here and attach my flap down. Okay, so put it right here, line them up to the end, make sure it's on good. Go nice and straight. Clean it up here on the inside. And then we're going to put our pattern paper. So here on the front, I cut out this one. So it is the 6 3/8 tall by 8 7/8 wide. So I'm going to glue this one straight down. So if all goes well, next week we will work on our page set 1, which will be the last page in the book before we start doing a lot of decorating or making mats and different things like that. Let me see here. Is this kind of off? It's not straight for me. Goodness. Yeah, that's better. Clean that up. Now on this side, all that I had was a flap, and it was a shorter flap in the original book. I'm not going to bring that back over here. But in my COVID brain, I wanted this on the page, and I cut it off. So I'm going to make this the flap, and I think it'll turn out kind of cute. So to get this full width here, though, I had to make it hinge. So this piece here is 3 wide by 6 1/4 tall, and then this piece is 6 1/4 tall by 1 wide. And I'm going to score this at 1/2 on the 1 inch side to make a hinge to attach this flap with. So we'll just do it this way. And I want the skates showing on the inside here. So I'm going to put glue right here on this one side. Like this. Okay. Line up the cut edge with the hinge. And I just burnish it with my fingers there. So now I have that. And then this back side of this hand, you put your glue. And then we're going to fit that probably right along there. And it doesn't go the full height of the pattern paper, but I like it like that. So there's our flap like that, kind of a decorative flap. And it just flips up like that. So I'm going to leave it like that. I might later tie a string on it or something. I don't know. So we're going to flip this over. And yeah, look at that backwards. Flip this over, open up this flap. Can't even think. And now we're going to do the inside here. So on the inside of this one, in my original one, I just had a solid piece of the cardstock in the color. So that's what I cut for this one. And I'm not going to do any decorating right now. That will be done later. I had a card die cut, and I'm going to see what I can find that I like to go with that, or I will fussy cut something else. So when we do the decorating, we'll worry about that then. So this for now, of course, was your 6 3/8 by 8 7/8 here on this piece here. So just burnish that down and leave it plain, just like that. And then here on the back side here, we're going to put another pocket. Now this is my page for next week. So need to move that out of the way or I'll mess up. So we cut another piece, same size pocket, that is 3 by 10, and we're going to score our 10-inch side at 9.5 and 1/2 inch. Turn, score the 3-inch side at 1/2 inch. And then we're fold and burnish. And we need to miter those corners. Just cut those out right there where the intersection is. Okay, for this one, the piece of paper that I cut, I'm going to use the large skates. So this piece is cut at 8 7/8 by the, should be about 2 3/8. Yeah, just a little bit short of that because I wanted to get those skates exactly the way they were. So I had to make a little bit of allowance. So I'm going to glue this on. Okay, and then make sure the fold is down here at the bottom. See if I can get this on a little better than I did my last one. Yes. Okay, there we go. So it has a little more of a margin top to bottom because of the size. But that's the way I wanted it. So then when we open this up here, this pattern paper is going to go here. And I did cut it to utilize that a little shorter, so it's actually 8 7/8 by 5 3/4, but that's going to work because that's what I'm going to glue down like that. So I'm going to put this down first. Okay. Let's move the scoreboard out of the way. Make sure it's going the right direction. So we glue this down here at the top. And I got glue all over the bottom here, so I'll wipe that off. Okay. I hope this all isn't too fast for you. I'm surprised that I've been able to go this fast for this long. Okay, so now this glues here for this pocket. And it will be ready for all the different tags and photo mats and booklet that we'll make later to put in it. So I was thinking that since I had to skip working on the pages for 2 weeks, because the last time I worked on it, I did a little booklet because I wasn't feeling good that week, and we had, I can't remember. There was some reason, right? Anyway, burnish this down once you put it on. And was thinking I'm going to have to rename this instead of Fun Friday. Rename this to Will This Album Ever Be Finished series. Okay, so there's that. So now, of course, we grab our book, open it up, and it goes right here. So we'll only have one set left to do. So this goes on like this, and I'm going to go ahead. I know I need to miter cut the hinge. That. Okay. And then make sure it's going to fit. And it does. So I'm going to put my glue on each side towards the top. I'm going to leave the bottom about 1/8 of an inch, the glue line away from the actual bottom of the spine here. Put it along the top. Okay, and then we open this up and get this on. Make sure it's going on. There we go. Lay it down so we're lining it up. Get that glue out of there. And burnish. Okay. This up in here and burnish in here to make sure that page is sticking down good. So there is page set 2 in our album. And we could put a little trim on that and make it, look, some of this blue or something later on. We'll decide. So that's where we're at so far on our Homer's Diner, the remake of my Route 66 album. And thank you so much again. I apologize for my voice. I'm hoping next week things will be getting much more back to normal for me. And I hope you all stay safe and well and happy crafting. And I'll check with you later. Bye-bye.